I'm a rambler, I'm a gambler, I'm a long way from home. If you people don't like me, just you leave me alone. Well, I once had me a true love. Her age was 17, the flower of Belton and the rose of Killeen. The sun shone bright as I rode from Bell County, all on a fine day in spring. Her picture in a locket, biscuits in my pocket, my heart filled with songs she used to sing. The wildflower of Belton, the rose of Killeen, a face so fair, an angel's grace. But I would be a drover and I'd ride this country over. I headed up the Chisholm Trail. I signed on with an outfit at the Brazos Crossing, trailing cattle up to Abilene. 3 months on the plains, no 2 days the same, living a life I'd only dreamed. I took to riding like a bird takes to flight. I love the open skies above. Still I rode on, ever northward I was drawn, further from the Texas flower I love. The northern lights would glimmer on the cow camps of Wyoming, the Texas sun a fading memory. And though my vision dimmed, weathered by the wind, I still saw her clearly in my dreams. In the lobby bar in Jackson, a letter from my sister said my love had passed this earthly veil. I've been a rover, but my rambling days are over. I've reached the end of the trail. The moon shone bright on the dirt streets of Kempner as I swung down from the train. An old Texas cack, my hot roll and a pack were all that I had to my name. The hour was late and the streets were deserted. Shutters closed, the curtains drawn. The train pulled down the rail and I thought about the trail. I sat and waited for the dawn. I've kept her letters in an oilcloth pouch. They're yellowed with age and they're torn. And deep in my pocket is an old silver locket. The engraving is tarnished and worn. The air smells sweet like the jasmine is blooming. Is that just another memory I've saved? I climb a shallow hill, hear the mournful whippoorwill. I place the locket on her grave. The wildflower of Belton, the rose of Killeen. as the twilight shadows lengthen on a dry stacked stone corral. A lawman lies awaiting, hidden in the chaparral. He's been tracking rustlers, and he knows tonight's the night they'll return to load the cattle, and he'll have them in his sights. He had dreams of Texas Rangers when he was just a kid, and he read of their adventures and the brave things that they did. He pinned the gold star to his shirt, took the oath with upraised hand. Now he lives the life he dreamed about. He's riding for the brand. Well, this is not the distant past, the old west of history. These are the waiting days of the 20th century. We still pray for rainfall and we struggle for the land. We still need the lawmen who are riding for the brand. Rustlers take a running iron when they go to ride, and some wrap their corral post with stolen critters' hides. There's forgeries on bills of sale, and there's crooked auction barns. For 100 miles he's the only one sworn to uphold the law. He might be checking cattle trucks for four-legged contraband, or catching up his paperwork and studying new brands. In his pickup on the highway, or horseback on the land, on a paper trail or cutting sign, he's riding for the brand. Well, this is not the distant past, the old west of history. These are the waiting days of the 20th century. We still pray for rainfall and we struggle for the land. We still need the lawmen who are riding for the brand. He sees the dust cloud rising, the approaching pickup truck. He sinks back in the cover, can't afford to press his luck. He hears the two men's voices, sees movement in the cattle, and shielded by the loading chute, he steps out of the shadow. Now they're handcuffed to their trailer, these rustlers bound for jail, and a sheriff's car is coming like a posse up the trail. The lawman guards the cattle, a nighthawk circling o'er the sand, and he lives the life he dreamed about. He's riding for the brand. Well, this is not the distant past, the old west of history. These are the waiting days of the 20th century. We still pray for rainfall and we struggle for the land. We still need the lawmen who are riding for the brand. We still need the lawmen who are riding for the brand. I'm a rambler, I'm a gambler, I'm a long way from home. If you people don't like me, just you leave me alone. Well, I once had me a true love. Her age was 17, the flower of Belton.